Mr. Carter, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Campbell, you want to reply? Go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, I think there was some mischaracterization of what actually occurred at those hearings at which I also testified. Witness after witness was not saying, no, we won't sign a paper that says we'll act in the best interest of our clients. They were all prepared to do that. What they were saying is we will not sign this best interest contract exemption as proposed, which offers unlimited class action liability in states under state contract law, which is an issue that no one has ever introduced in this space before and has an unknown amount of liability and risk associated with it, that will make disclosures that no one can currently make. They don't gather the data in a way yet to make disclosures as required by that exemption and cannot do it in 8 months. So there's a big difference between saying, yes, we will abide by your best interest and we will sign a document to do that. The debate is, what does the document say? What are the obligations that go along with it? And I think it's very oversimplified to suggest that all the department's doing is saying you should act in your best interest. Quite the opposite. The department is laying down very specific, onerous, difficult to comply with requirements that don't mesh necessarily with your best interest.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Ms. Doba, you're a small business owner. I'm a small business owner, too. In fact, 5 days ago, I'm proud to announce that we started our 28th year in business. Started that business when I was 5 years old. It's amazing, you know. So, nevertheless, the point I want to make is that the relationships between my employees, I've had employees who've been with me the whole time, and they are like family to me, very important. And I want to take care of them. I want to take care of their retirement. When they leave my business, when they decide to retire, I want them to leave with a nest egg, to be able to say, I'm sure glad I worked there. That gave me the cushion, the nest egg that I needed for my retirement. When I set up that retirement account, when I set up that 401k, it was simple. Just went and set it up with someone that I knew I was associated with, and they took care of it. If this new law if these new rules were in effect now, would you find that more difficult today to set up a plan such as this?
Absolutely. As I stated before, I probably wouldn't have set one up if these rules were in place at the time. It is a family. It really is a family. And I have to tell you, I share with my employees about our benefits, what's coming up in policy, changes that may affect us as a company. And our employees even have stated their concern about this rule. Yeah, I think that it's very concerning. They have, like I said, they've expressed. Your first question, though, you started going to, you were talking about, I apologize, at the very beginning.
Now, I just want to know how difficult it is if these rules were in effect, and you've answered it,
oh, yes,
to set up this plan, because I think this would, without question, I think it would deter small businesses
yes,
from setting up plans
absolutely,
like this that are so essential to us. And Ms. Gillis, out of all due respect, you know, you say, well, if you had a contract, that'd make all the difference in the world. Would it really make all the difference in the world? Someone who wants to be a bad actor is going to be a bad actor, and that's going to happen. I can tell you throughout the 28 years that we've had this retirement plan in my business, I've taken risk in it, and I've lost some, but I've also gained quite a bit. And I understand that. So I don't see where signing a contract is going to make that big of a difference. In fact, I don't see where it's going to make any difference at all, except to deter people and deter businesses from wanting to enter into these, from wanting to start these programs. So I beg to differ with you on that.
If I might
respond.
I think signing a contract is really to ensure that financial services firms who say that they agree with the best interest standard actually put in place policies and procedures that stand behind that best interest standard. Right now, we have a structure that allows firms to create compensation incentives for their advisors that basically prompt advisors to sell products or provide services that are not in the best interest of the client, but rather that are in the best interest of the advisor. So it's more of a way to make sure that obligation.
Okay, my time's running out, so I want to be quick. Mr. Gardeau, you sell retirement plans to small businesses. What do you think?
If it was just a piece of paper saying we'll work in the best interests of our clients, we wouldn't even be here today. It's the details. This imposes a very, very large rubric of additional regulation that will be very costly, time-consuming, resource-intensive for advisors, and it's going to make it impossible for them to deal with small businesses and small and middle-income investors.
And do you think the small businesses is going to deter them from offering these programs?
Actually,
Absolutely.
hang on
We
to
are
that
usually
thought.
the catalyst for the beginning,
Thank you, Mr.
and
Chairman.
implementation of those.